Hey guys, M.V.K here. How's everybody doing on their end? Back to give my thoughts on this week's episode of Legend of Korra. Excuse me. Like I said, sometimes I forget that the series comes on every Friday, and I don't put it up right after I watch it. So I apologize for that. Excuse me. Oh man, sorry about that. Um, but let's talk about this week's episode. I apologize, um, which was entitled "The Reunion." Excuse me. Which is episode 46 of the entire series and episode 7 of season 4. Um, I did like this episode. I did like it. It was good to see the gang back together in a sense, minus Bolin, but it was good to see Asami and Mako together, catching up. Having a little bit of arguments. We find out that Korra has been communicating with Asami. She kept in touch with Asami the most. And once again, like I said, I don't care what anybody says. You can clearly see that, quote unquote, Asami and Korra have this. They're like a couple. It's like they're a couple, and you see it. So they like slowly hint at it. It could be. I'm not saying it is, but I see it. But Asami tells Korra that I'm talking to my dad again and things like that. They get to meet Prince Wu, which Korra don't really like. And they just have they're in Republic City just having a good time. Even after what happened in the last episode. Do I feel that maybe they shouldn't have done this? Maybe. Kind of. I felt like this episode should have came a little bit. This episode should have came before episode 6, I believe. But that's just my opinion on the subject. But the main gist of it is the fact that it's the gang back together and they're just having a good time. But on the other side of the track, you got Bolin and what is his name? Boy, what I can't believe him. Varric, basically. They're still trying to get away from Corvira's people. Well, they're not. They've been walking in the woods for so long and they're tired, and they encounter some prisoners, refugee prisoners, who was a part of Corvira's prison camp, and they're really kind of hostile because Bolin and Varric got caught in one of their traps, and they're kind of hostile. They're waterbenders and firebenders, and basically it goes on to truly show that people, Korra is the villain in this, and you just literally hear how they're talking about her, and they're like, she's basically taking anybody who is not a part of the Earth Kingdom and putting them in camps and things like that. And they gotta convince the refugees that they're not with them, even though they're dressed still like in Corvira's, army uniforms, and that kind of plays to Bolin and Varric's advantage. They convince them that they're not with her. And then once again, we go back to what's going on with Korra and the gang. Prince Wu gets kidnapped by Corvira's men, and there's a pretty cool chase scene. At first, the team looked like they may have lost him, but Korra is able to use the trees that are in Republic City, and just use them as eyes, and they find him, and you get to see Korra literally and the gang save Wu, and they take him to Asami's property where she lives, and we find out that that's where Mako and Bolin's family is. But with Bolin, he and Varric are able to get the refugees out of there, and we get a cool fight scene between Bolin and some of Quivira's men when they came to like a checkpoint. We get to see Bolin really show off his lava bending skills. He's really improved a lot, which is really cool. Not just his earth bending, but you can see he's really improved a lot. And the refugees say, thanks for your help. You should come with us. And pretty much that's what they do. As for but do we see Quivira in this episode at all? Yes, we do. We see her, literally her and her boy toy, as I like to call her, or her whip puppy, is they come and they pretty much begin to harvest the spiritual vines, and it's just like, oh man, yeah, she you want to see her get it now, in a sense. So yeah, it was a pretty good episode. Like the only problem I said, like, since it was like a reunion, this should have came before. But now it makes me wonder, will we see Toph back? How she's gonna feel about this? I think Toph is. We're gonna see Toph really pissed off. Not only because of the fact that she's Quivira's cutting down this and cutting down that, but also the fact that Quivira has one of her daughters, and I don't care how tough-hearted Toph is, even older. Mother's a mother. That's your child, and you're gonna be you want some. All right, but other than that, pretty decent episode. Very nothing really superb and spectacular, but it was there. Like I said, my only problem, one of them, is the fact that this should have came before. But other than that, I was fine with it. But you guys tell me what you thought about episode 7, the reunion. And other than that, this is my M.V.K, guys. You guys take care, and see you guys next time with the next review. Later.